in that net.
It's probably my favourite session of the year without a doubt, mate.
Fish number 4.
Yes, come on.
Whoa.
The other rod that was already fishing has ramped off.
Let's have one.
Wicked! Well, I am absolutely buzzing. Welcome to a new video. We are back on the bank, and today we are on a mega venue. It's a place we've had our eyes on for many years, an absolute iconic and historic bit of water, and it's a place that I'm sure you're going to enjoy seeing us hopefully catch a few fish from. Where are we, mate?
So we are on the magical Horseshoe Lake, which is an absolute slab of water, but we have found some carp. So yeah, we've brought the barriers around already. We are on the fish, and yeah, it's now time to hatch a plan and try and see if we can put it on the bank for you.
It certainly is. So let's get that done, and let's try and catch our first horseshoe carp. Come on!
Cheers. Let's have one.
On the haze today.
Yes, come on.
The rod's been out there about half an hour, maybe not even that, and we have got a ripping clutch. Oh, he's going for it. Oh, absolutely mega. Hooked in to my first horseshoe carp. And what's even more incredible is my dad used to fish here back in the 80s, and he actually caught his first double from horseshoe. So I really hope I can get this fish in. Oh, it's coming left, mate. Yeah, it's gone really tight. Ah, damn. Yeah, Well, I thought there was. Oh, what is going on? I'm stuck on yours. Oh man. Well, that's an anti-climax. Reel yours in a minute. See if you could untangle it from mine. And then might have a direct line then. Hang on, watch a tree. We've managed to untangle it from Hugh's, and the fish is actually weeded, and it feels like it's pulling through at the moment, so we could still be in contact. I can't believe that's just happened. It literally just kited left. It feels like there might be something on there, so hopefully we've still got a fish on, but it could just be a ball of weed. Mate, it's just, it went absolutely ripping. I'm not sure if it's got a ball of weed. I can't really feel anything now. Oh, actually, that might be a nod.
It's just coming in.
The thing is, it's barbless, isn't it? So I won't be surprised if it's... Oh, yes, it's on. It's on.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I think there's something cooking. It's absolutely flown round to the left. I was like, oh my God, I can't stop it. How is the lead still on? What? Come on, come on. Let's get it in. Let's get you in. Come on, mate. In that net. In that net. In that net. Come on. Oh, wicked. Oh, I'm buzzing. What a result. Oh, what a fish. Oh, that's a nice chunky fish, that. Come on. Hey.
Happy days.
Right, there we go then. My first horseshoe carp. 25£6, I think it went. Lovely common on the zig. I used a little chunk of the DNA candy stick, the black one, about 7 foot, I think it was, depth, and yeah, off its rattle went in about half hour, I reckon. So nice result. Hopefully we can have a couple more. Hopefully Hugh can have one as well. And yeah, nice start to a session. So happy days. Right, let's let her go then. Hopefully it's the first of a few. The first horseshoe fish. Off she goes. Get in. Well, I am absolutely buzzing. What an absolute result that was. My first fish from Horseshoe. It is really, really cool. Like I said, when I was playing that fish out, my dad fished this back in the day. He caught his first double from here, and it was really cool to actually have a go myself and catch a carp out of here. So I'm sure the fish that he was catching back then are probably not around anymore. If they are, they might be some of the better fish potentially. But yeah, lovely fish. £25 common, absolutely buzzing with that. So yeah, how could you not be? Really, really quick bite as well. There were fish showing. It looked good for zigs. We quickly knocked out some zigs because it's barbless hooks on here, so we had to knock out some fresh rigs and just sent them out into the area. I fished one short, one longer, and it was the one that was further out that went. So I've now repositioned them both out into that area, because you never know, there could be a pod of fish out there. I want to try and capitalise on obviously that bite. So yeah, you never know, we might get another one. But we've had a little bit of a chat as well about what we're going to do this evening, whether we're going to sort of stick with the zigs through the night or potentially switch it up and fish on the bottom. But I'm sure at some point we might sort of have a lead around and see if there's anything out in front of us. Maybe introduce a bit of bait so that we have got the option to fish on the deck, and just maybe continue with the zigs until sort of the evening time maybe. But anyway, we'll see what it is. I'll see how it goes. Obviously at the moment the zigs is going to be the one, because I've had a bite on them. So I'm going to persist with the zigs and see if we can have another one.
Right then, well, no action on the zigs for me. They've probably been out there an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and yeah, no occurrences at all. So I've decided I'm going to reel them in and start leading up, looking for a spot for tonight. I'm going to fish on the deck and give them a bit of grub. Reason being, the fish have recently spawned in there, I think last week it was, or maybe the week before, and yeah, they should be looking for some energy to recuperate after that sort of activity. So yeah, that's my reasoning behind it. Although Shaun's had that fish on a zig, I've got no idea what his intentions are. But yeah, I'm going to commit to 2 on a spot, hopefully, so long as I can find one, that is. And if not, I might carry on with the zigs. But yeah, that is the plan of action. So let's crank these rods in and yeah, get the leading rod out. Yes.
Right, well, I've moved the 2 zigs to the right hand side of the swim, basically to give me some room to have a lead around, just so they're still fishing. I've been having a bit of a lead around just sort of straight in front of the swim at some of the obvious horizon markers on the tree line, and a lot of it seems to be covered in this sort of manky silkweed, which gets all over your line and causes a lot of problems. But I found an area that seems smoother, like it might be silt. So what I've done is I've put the grapple lead on with the spikes. I'm going to literally drop it onto the spot and just pull it back slightly and just see how bad it is. Well, that pulled back quite smooth, so we'll just see how much we got attached to the lead now. Yeah, not too bad. So we've obviously brought a bit back there on the lead, but nothing like I was expecting. I was expecting that to be absolutely caked in the silkweed, so it looks like it's a much smoother area. So I think that's probably a good shout for a bit of bait if I do decide to switch on the bottom. I think I'm still not decided whether to use zigs or not, but I'm going to put a bit of bait in and just have the option there, as you know, later on I will potentially switch over. So we'll give some bait and let's see if we can have a few carp. So I've got a bit of a mix here. I've got some boilies, I've got S7 and bug, 8mm and dumbbell version. I've then got a decent amount of pellet in there, just a mix of different pellets from DNA. You might be able to see there's a bit of chopped worm in there. I've also got some sweet corn, and it's absolutely laced in some liquid. So I've got a couple of different liquids on there. Main one will be the bug hydro smoke, the bug smoke, and I've also got the crayfish hydro. So plenty of liquids, plenty of scent. And I've also put some of the crayfish ground bait in there to really darken the mix down and make it heavy, so it gets down to the bottom nice and quick. And then down here I've got some maggots which I've actually glazed in some of the bug smoke liquid. And what I'm going to do is put a little bit of that in every time I spot out. Just put some bait on that spot I found. Yeah, really happy with it. Not perfectly clean, but definitely the best spot I could find out in front of me. It's a reasonable distance as well, pretty much bang where the fish was showing, but I ended up literally putting the whole bucket that I made up out, because I got into the spodding. A couple of spods, to be fair, missed the money and I had to kill them before it got too close to the area, so I didn't want to just spread bait everywhere. So there's definitely a few stray spods landed closer in, but it is what it is. The ones that did go out to the spot though went absolutely bang on in line with where they needed to go, so I'm quite happy that the bait's gone nice and tight out there, so I can fish 2 rods potentially out on that later on if it seems the way to go. But at the moment I'm still going to continue with the zig rigs, just because the sun's pushing through still. It seems quite nice and warm at the moment, and I do think there's still going to be fish knocking around in the upper layers, so I'm going to continue with the zigs. But I think when that light starts to go, I might put 2 on the bottom and just see if I can get a bite on the bottom in the night. But anyway, that's the plan of attack. There's some bait out there. Hopefully the fish will come to it where there's no lines on it. They'll feel nice and safe and hopefully have a little bit of a feed out there. And I can put the rods on it a bit later on and hopefully capitalise on the fact that there's been no lines there. So we'll see how it goes anyway. But the rods, the bait's out there. The zigs are still fishing. It's all to play for.
Right then, well, time for an evening update for you. So you join me over in Shaun's swim. He looks like he's sipping on a Thatcher's shock horror. So for me, my rods are all out on the bottom, all set, ready to go. Bait over the top, it all went absolutely sweet. So yeah, feeling fairly confident. The fish come over the top of me. Yeah, we got a good chance. Shaun's still fluttering around with zigs at the moment, chucking them at showers, and yeah, just watching the water really to see if the fish start showing over the top of the area. He's put some bait, then he's going to drop some on the bottom. But yeah, not too sure what he's going to do tonight. As is always key, watch the water, do your watercraft, and yeah, make a sort of educated guess from there really. So fingers crossed, tonight we'll have a few fish. We'll have a few for you ready in the morning for photographs. And yeah, it won't be a coffee update, but only time will tell. Fingers crossed, it's my turn.
Well, I've decided to put the rod out on the bottom bait after seeing a few fish come out towards it, and it's only been out there I reckon half an hour, maybe a little bit longer, and it's gone rattling off. Shade under £20. What Horseshoe is known for, it's absolute scaly ones, but a wicked fish. Really happy with that, and nice to see that bait has done the job. I've not set the light up high enough, but there you go. Side number 2. What a lovely scaly. Really happy with that. I'm doing this on my own because Hugh's in the bag and he was absolutely shattered, so I thought I wouldn't bother getting him up. But yeah, happy days, fish number 2. Let's get him home. Whee! There she goes. Brilliant. Right, well, I got that rod back out, and would you believe the other rod that was already fishing has ramped off. And best one in the session, check that out. £27.10. What an absolute result that is. That's a cracking fish, that. Lovely thick fish, put up an absolute scrap. And yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. Second one off the bait. Nice to see that they're having it, and that really is a lovely proportion fish. Really happy. So I'm going to spin around and show the other side. Oh, look at that, he's very angry, keeps putting his fin up. But yeah, there's side 2. What an absolute mega fish. Really happy. Oh, I need to put it down and get it back home. Happy days. How about that then? Fish number 4. £22.8. Absolute lovely fish. This one put up an absolute battle royale. I think because they've recently spawned, a lot of these fish are really sort of on edge again. Or still, I should say, not again. And they just seem to be absolutely fighting like stink. Really fighting hard. Really cool scraps, to be fair, but in the dark, when all you want to do is try and get it in for its photo, it does make it a little bit tricky. But yeah, what a lovely result. Another one off the bait. So they're clearly on that bait. I've not topped it up or done anything like that because I think it's just going to cause loads of disturbance. So I'm just recasting with little sticks on a simple hair rig and a wafter. So really simple tactics, but really paying off at the moment. So yeah, chuffed. But we'll turn around quick so you can have a look at the other side. There we go then, there's the other side. This one is a male, which probably explains why it's so angry and fought so hard. It is milting a little bit, so yeah, it's definitely a male. But anyway, what a lovely fish, and what a wicked session it's turned out to be. So anyway, let's get this one back. At some point, I might get a bit of sleep. I'm not complaining though. I'll be complaining tomorrow when I have to go to work. Ooh. Oh, off you go, mate. Oh, what a session.
Right then, well, good morning. Well, thankfully it's not a coffee update, but in fact we've had a couple of carp this morning. It's nice to finally get on the score sheet. I wasn't sure if it was going to happen, but yeah, we managed to actually have a couple this morning on first light, both within about sort of 5 to 10 minutes of each other. So yeah, really happy. What a mega looking carp, definitely a male, absolutely battle royale. And yeah, it's continued to beat me up on the mat. So I'm going to slip it back because we've got another one, and yeah, I don't want to leave that one in the net too long. So let's slip this fella back and get the other one out. Yes! Right then, well, here's the second one. Quite an awkward carp to hold actually. But yeah, it's a leather, so what an absolute result that is. Been a long time since I caught a pure leather, so happy days. But yeah, there's a rule on here where you can't recast the rod until the fish are sorted. So after a double take, I've got no rods left in the water. So yeah, I need to get the rods back out and see if there's a chance of any more. Get in there. Woohoo! What a way to start the day. Thank you. All right then, let's slip this fella back. Well, actually, I think it's probably a female because it seems quite empty. Woohoo! Well, those rods are back out there now, and we've stuck a bit more bait in as well. Lovely to have a couple of fish early morning this morning, and yeah, fingers crossed there's an opportunity or two for me or Shaun before it's time to pull off at lunchtime. I do think these fish are probably drifting sort of from our right to left. Reason I think that, Shaun's obviously had a few in the night, and there was loads of fish out in front of him when I went to bed last night. I've then picked up a couple this early morning, and then yeah, I've just seen a bloke on the point sort of to our left. He's just slipped one back, so the wind is also pushing down that direction towards sort of Winter Bay, which would make sense that the fish are sort of going to sort of drift as the wind switches, but there must be still some fish out in front of us because the amount of fish that was down there, they're not going to have all left in that one boatload. So yeah, still feeling really confident, but I definitely need a coffee. I'm struggling a little bit for energy, so let's fire up the kettle and get me a coffee.
Well, good morning then. So what an absolute wicked night that was. Managed 3 fish off the spot. Obviously had that other common as well, so I'm now on 4, so absolutely chuffed. Turns out Hugh had a couple this morning as well. Now, I basically ended up having to have a lie-in, and Hugh come round knocking on the door asking if I could help him with his fish this morning, which I had to decline that offer because essentially I'm on a night shift tonight and I got to go back, see the family, then go in for a night, and I knew I needed to get a bit of sleep, otherwise I was going to be a very, very broken man. So yeah, unfortunately I couldn't really get involved with that. I had to let him crack on, but to be honest, I did all mine on my own. For the same reason, because Hugh was feeling knackered. He'd gone to bed quite early and I didn't want to mess him around and disturb him because I know he's got to go back and spend time with the family and do all that stuff. And you know, I'm sure you guys know what it's like when you're tired. It gets even more frustrating when you got a little one not listening to you. So yeah, I let him have his sleep and sort of cracked on myself, which to be fair went really well. I think the shots come out nicely, and so did the video and that. So yeah, not too many problems there. But yeah, I don't think I had any more fish because I didn't put any more bait out because I kind of needed to make the bite stop in a way. It was either that or reel the rods in because I had to get a rest. I had to get my head down. And it's lucky I did because I managed to sleep through till about 9:45. So yeah, I've had a bit of a lie-in. We've got to be off at midday now, so it's literally a case of packing things down. I've already put most of the kit on the barrow. I've just got to pack down the bed and the brolly, and then we're going to be good to go. So once I've done that, I can then concentrate on the rods for a bit, maybe make a recast, maybe put a zig out if it looks all right for it, and maybe try and get another extra bite. But anyway, the spot worked, the tactics worked, and I'm absolutely chuffed for the first session on here to have had a nice hit of fish. Hugh's had a couple as well. So yeah, it's been a wicked session, and it is a lovely, lovely lake, really nice place, very picturesque, and definitely going to be coming back. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video and you do like this this stuff that we're going to be doing, where we're going to be trying to visit new waters and try and fish some really nice fisheries. So yeah, hopefully you're enjoying it. But anyway, I'm going to go and finish packing the kit onto the barrow, and then I'll look at maybe doing a recast and see if we can nick one more before we have to go. So let's crack on and get it done.
Right then, well unfortunately that is the end of the session and nothing else to report from my efforts this morning. You've had a really good shift with the camera this morning, mate. Thanks for all your help.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I put in a great shift on the bed chair. I caught up on some sleep because, to be fair, I had 3 fish in the night. It was pretty busy. I was already tired. Very sort of run down and needed to catch up because I've got to go to work this evening. So I did it all myself and left Hugh to have a bit of rest, and basically he's got up and done everything this morning. And to top that, he had a couple of fish as well.
I did indeed, mate. Yeah, lovely fish they were, and yeah, it's lovely for us both to have come to a new lake, a sort of iconic and historical lake like this, and both catch. This is probably, well, it's probably my favourite session of the year without a doubt, mate. So.
Yeah, it's been cracking, hasn't it? It's an absolute lovely venue. If you get the chance to come here, just come and give it a go. Yeah, you've got to join up and that, so there's a bit of added cost in that as a day ticket angler, but it's absolutely lovely water. It's almost got a bit of a syndicate feel to it. Everyone's been really helpful, really friendly. We've absolutely loved it on here, so definitely recommend coming up and having a go. Also, we need to mention that you did a little bit of a competition last week.
Yeah, I did indeed. So yeah, go over to last week's video, which is at Phil's, where I might have caught, and yeah, I gave a little competition away during that video. So yeah, you got to go and watch that one to work out how to enter. But yeah, it is a good little bundle, I think. So yeah, definitely go check that out. So,
definitely. But on that note, we need to get going.
Yeah, we do.
So thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button. Give the video a like if you have enjoyed it. Why not? It's been great. We've caught. I mean, what else can you ask? But anyway, get on the bank, be lucky, enjoy your fishing.
Yep.
See you next Tuesday about
6:30.
About 6:30. Let's go home.
Come on.